Welcome to Daily Sync, your concise source for today's top stories, tech insights, entertainment buzz, wellness tips, and more. I'm Alex Harper.
And I'm Jordan Bennett. Let's dive into today's headlines.
Good morning. It's April 16th, 2025. From Biden's defense of Social Security to China's openness for dialogue and Nvidia's export challenges,
we're here to keep you informed. Let's dive in.
Former President Joe Biden has made his first major speech since leaving the White House, stepping back into the public spotlight to defend the Social Security Department. His remarks come as the Trump administration implements staff cuts and office closures at the agency, highlighting ongoing political battles over the future of America's social safety net programs.
China has signaled it is open to trade talks with the United States, but with conditions. Beijing wants the Trump administration to show more respect by reining in disparaging remarks from cabinet members and maintaining a more consistent position. Chinese officials have also emphasized addressing concerns around American sanctions and Taiwan before meaningful negotiations can proceed.
Now in technology, Nvidia did not warn at least some of its major customers in advance about new U.S. export rules affecting its H20 chips to China, according to sources. The company reportedly received notice from the U.S. government only about a week before the restrictions were implemented, creating sudden supply chain disruptions for technology companies relying on these specialized AI components.
Google is rolling out VO2 video generation capabilities in the Gemini app for advanced subscribers. This new feature enables users to create 8-second 720p cinematic-style videos from text prompts, with improvements in fluid character movement, lifelike scenes, and realistic physics. Each frame includes a Synth ID digital watermark, and the feature comes with monthly usage limits.
The online image board 4chan has been down since Monday night following what security researchers described as a pretty comprehensive own by rival site Soyjack Party. The hack reportedly included access to SQL databases, source code, and administrative tools, with evidence suggesting the site was running outdated and vulnerable PHP software, potentially exposing user data.
Today's hot topic: digital technology and cognitive health.
The research challenging fears about digital dementia represents a significant shift in how we view technology's impact on aging populations. Analysis of 57 studies involving over 400,000 adults found that those over 50 who routinely used digital devices actually had lower rates of cognitive decline than those who used them less. While correlation doesn't prove causation, this suggests potential cognitive benefits from technology engagement, contrary to concerns that screen time accelerates mental decline. This has enormous implications for the tech industry's approach to older demographics and could reshape how we design devices and interfaces for aging users.
What's most fascinating about this research is how it highlights the difference between passive and active technology use. Using digital devices to actively engage our minds, whether through problem solving, learning new skills, or maintaining social connections, appears fundamentally different from passive consumption. This raises important questions about digital equity for older adults who may lack access to devices or the knowledge to use them effectively. We should be thinking about technological literacy not just as a convenience, but potentially as a public health issue that could help maintain cognitive function as we age.
You know, Jordan, I'm just picturing my 85-year-old grandmother furiously playing Candy Crush and shouting, "It's not addictive, it's preventative medicine." I guess sometimes the best brain training doesn't come in a fancy app with a subscription fee, but in those everyday digital interactions we take for granted.
Moving on to business, President Trump has cut funding for the Common Vulnerabilities and Exposures Database, a global resource that tracks and catalogs security flaws in software and hardware. This decision has significant implications for cybersecurity professionals and organizations that rely on this standardized system to identify, categorize, and address potential vulnerabilities in their systems.
Nvidia's stock has fallen in pre-market trading after the company projected a $5.5 billion financial impact from new restrictions on AI chip exports to China. The Trump administration's implementation of these export controls represents another significant challenge for the semiconductor giant in one of its largest markets and highlights the growing economic consequences of technology-focused trade policies.
Over in entertainment, a joke made by comedian Seth Rogen about President Donald Trump during the Breakthrough Prize ceremony was cut from the awards show following the live stream. This editing decision highlights the ongoing tensions between entertainment, politics, and broadcast standards in the current media landscape.
Let's switch gears to something more personal. Digital wellness has taken on new significance, with recent research suggesting technology use may actually benefit cognitive health in older adults. Consider implementing a mindful tech engagement practice that distinguishes between passive and active device usage. Try dedicating 20 minutes daily to actively engaging with technology in ways that challenge your mind. Whether learning a new skill through an app, participating in an online discussion about a complex topic, or even playing strategy games. The key is ensuring your technology use involves problem solving, creativity, or meaningful social connection rather than passive consumption. That's all for today's episode of Daily Sync. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow.